What's up, you guys? I just want to sit here and take a moment to talk about relationships and dating. And I'm 34 years old, and I feel like I'm about to be single again real soon. I am just realizing something, and it sucks that it took for me to turn 34 years old to realize this. I had a spiritual awakening in 2019, and one thing that I learned during my awakening was you are not supposed to chase, you are supposed to attract. I also learned that when you stop trying to control the narrative, everything will just fall into place the way that God intended it to be if you also pray and ask God to make sure that it does. I've noticed like a pattern in the type of men that I date. I'm not going to say what pattern it is because I don't want to be judged. But it's literally like the same type of man, but like a different body, you know? It's the same type of guy. It's the same type of man. And then I see like these women on social media, especially, that are in these relationships with men that are just catering to them, loving them, being respectful to them, being mindful of the words that they speak to them. Another thing that I learned during my spiritual awakening was words have so much weight and so much power. And so it's like when you're in a relationship with someone who just says whatever, it doesn't, and who are not mindful of their words, it's kind of hard to be with somebody like that, especially after you've had your awakening. So I took a moment to think about myself and what is it about me that keeps attracting this same type of man. I know that I'm an earth angel, and earth angels are filled with light. So naturally, those that are filled with light attract a lot of narcissists because they like to drain our energy. But I've also learned with men are more like, they like to look like, everything is about what they see, you know? Like they all go based off of attraction and what you look like, you know, how you carry yourself. And I feel like I carry myself pretty nice, especially when I put myself together, I take care of myself. This is just me in bed right now because I just worked the overnight shift last night. I wouldn't say I pick myself apart, but I'm noticing things that I may have like let go of, like my weight, you know. I did put on some weight. Um, I have been experiencing a lot of spiritual warfare and witchcraft attack, and that kind of goes with the territory because I do prophetic ministry and I use my spiritual gifts and my anointing for God. And so I experience a lot of warfare. So then I analyze the women that I see on social media that have these men that are so like lovey-dovey, respectful to them, just taking them shopping, being the provider, right? I'm not asking her to do anything, just being a good man, going out, working hard, doing what he has to do to make sure things in the household are taken care of. And I'm just like, kind of like piecing these women together. And I've noticed that a lot of them really put a lot of time into their body, hitting the gym, you know, um, taking care of their health, what they eat, hair's done, nails done, putting a lot of time into their skincare. And I do all of that stuff too, but one thing I don't do is I don't hit the gym as much as I should have. I did get back into working out though, and I did lose 20 pounds. So I'm off to a good start. So long story short, like, don't get me wrong, there are men that still will dog out a female that, you know, has her body together, has her hair and nails done, all of that, right? But it's about setting those boundaries and respecting ourselves and not allowing men to feel like it's okay to disrespect you. But for the most part, it is how a woman looks. You know, how a woman looks, how she feels about herself, her confidence, all of that. That's how these women are able to attract these type of men, right? And so what I'm realizing is that when we focus on ourselves and value ourselves, that's when we'll find men that will value us. I'm not saying I don't value myself. I value myself very much. There are areas of my body and myself, spiritually and emotionally, that I can tend to, but, you know, I do value myself and I do respect myself. But for many years, I did allow people to feel like it's okay to talk to me however they want to talk to me, or, you know, kind of like basically disrespect me. And it's like I'm at this age where I'm just like, you know, not allowing that, you know? I'm just not. I'm not allowing a man to disrespect me. I feel like I'm at an age where I just want to focus on myself so that I can attract the type of person that I want in my life. So basically, you, who you are, and what you allow, and how you respect yourself, your body, the way that you look, it's what determines what type of man you attract. If you're too sweet and too nice and you don't have boundaries, you're going to attract a man who's going to be like, okay, and he's going to disrespect you and talk to you however he wants to. I feel like the moral of the story is, like, we have to kind of lay back, you know what I'm saying, and just like focus on ourselves, hit the gym, you know what I'm saying, and wait until we can be with the man that we desire. You know, keep slimming down, keep getting fit, keep eating healthy, focusing on your skincare, your hair, your nail care, you know what I'm saying? And keep focusing on self-love and self-respect until that man that you desire comes along. Because if we're not practicing self-love and self-care and self-respect, then we're going to keep attracting these men that don't love us, that don't care about us, that don't respect us, and that wants to beat us down spiritually. We're going to keep attracting narcissists. We're going to keep attracting energy vampires. We're going to keep attracting men that don't really see a future with us and see us as just like a placeholder until they get the woman that they really want to be with. We don't want to be placeholders. We want to be the woman that the man really wants to be with. And in order to be that woman, we have to value ourselves and take really, really good care of ourselves, right? It's just some stuff that I'm learning and just thinking about. You know, sometimes you do have to go through a season of singlehood, you know, to focus on yourself and reflect, you know, and then once God sends that man that is worthy of you, that thinks that you're the prize, while you think he's the prize as well, then you can move forward. Anyways, that's just what's on my mind. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Y'all will in peace.